Gary, you had this year, I think, in the last week or so, about 4 kids, and if you throw Sheldon in 5, that really came down to the last few days. Did this year get a little closer to signing day before you had everything kind of wrapped up than in the past?
Well, I think so. And sometimes I think some information that's out there, we might, some players know a little bit more what's going on, but certainly, I think it happens a little bit more now around the country. It's, the old thing, when a player makes a commitment, is it a reservation or is it a commitment? And unfortunately, we just got to deal with the environment that we have, and it's I think a little bit nerve-wracking at times, but certainly I always feel too I always felt that recruiting always comes out for the best. You focus on the players that you get, and and we're real proud of that. And I think the class will do an exceptional job.
And can you address Sheldon and how good a player he is and how important it is to get a kid like that when he's in your state? Well,
first of all, we got him, and he's from the state of Missouri. I think we did a pretty good job in the state, and it's a pretty good place to go to school now, I'd suggest. We've averaged 9 wins a year the last 4 years, 5 bowls in 6 years, 4 bowls in a row. Won 3 of our last 4 bowl games. By the way, we're going to graduate one of our seniors. He has one of the highest APR rankings. Our facilities are some of the best in the nation, and we're filling the stadium. And other than that, it's probably just like an average place. But certainly, a lot of things have changed. And Sheldon, wanted to stay in the state of Missouri, and I think he's a tremendous athlete. I mean, might have 4 assistant coaches to fight over him to have him play. He could play a number of places, and but certainly it's he's such a great young guy, and we're certainly thrilled that he's a Missouri Tiger.
Gary, he said today that he'd like to play on both sides of the ball.
You probably should talk to me about that, shouldn't you?
Your policy on telling players where they can start their position, I think you've always been pretty consistent in that over the years. Does that ever get kind of twisted out in the public where you read that kids say, well, Missouri's recruiting me as X position, I'd rather play this? I mean, do you notice that out there more? Do you have to fight those?
Well, I shouldn't have to fight it because of the truth. There's no debate. You look at our program, we've never made a player play where he don't want to play. And the player comes in here, he starts where he wants. Now, if Sheldon wants to start at quarterback, I probably would try to talk him out of that. Okay? But the point is that for anybody that's out there that says, that's just listening to recruiting, but there's no basis for it. I mean, it's the truth. So it's not a debate. It's not like you got to talk guys into believing it, because anybody that says that we will not let them play the position that we're at, obviously they don't trust us. And from that standpoint, you got to tell me one player that we've never done that.
Here, I think I counted 7 from the state of Texas. Can you just talk about, I know we talk about it every year, just the importance of Texas and how difficult it is when you've got to go head-to-head with 11 other schools in this conference that have the same objective in Texas.
Well, I would suggest also that the group of coaches that recruit there do an excellent job in Texas. You just look at some of the guys who graduated this year, some players we have in our program we've had in the past. When we came in, there's a philosophy in where we recruit and how we recruit. The state of Missouri is our lifeblood, and we've made tremendous progress there, and I think we've earned a lot of respect from the high school coaches in this state and from the high school programs, and that's number one. We also know that Texas is a state that has huge numbers of athletes, and there are, if you evaluate well, you can find high-level athletes all over the place in the state because it just has so many numbers. That was a philosophy of ours. We have 5 coaches down there, work very hard at it, and we now have 7. I don't know how many we lose this year, but we'll be still over 25 players, from Texas, and that's a real plus for us. But that's still, to me, that still just gets back to evaluation. You go back and you dig and you evaluate and you find athletes that are good enough to win a championship in the Big 12, and I think our coaches have done a good job with that.
I guess kind of the direct opposite. You also have a kid from Louisiana, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Are you guys making a conscious effort to get into other areas, or are these more situations where kids had a connection to you and sought you out?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. What happens is every coach has a recruiting area. Then we have every state covered. So, for example, Andy Hill could have, obviously the Kansas City area. He's got in the state of Kansas. He also has the state of Colorado. So if we get information comes in our design, it shot out to all the all the different coaches that have. Then you dig a little bit, and you might find out you have a connection. You find out that that there's a player that for some reason we've seen us on TV as much as we're on TV now. We're more appealing than we've been in the past. So I think it's really a combination of all those things. And I think also, and I think when you start having success in certain positions, that you get a higher interest level. Obviously, the quarterback now, the last two quarterbacks, so two high-level players, and certainly I think that that receivers, tight ends, two back-to-back All-Americans. I suggest for your tight end, probably a pretty good place to go to school. Got a lot of defensive linemen drafted, so there's a lot of things. When you continue to win and have success, did they lose me here? You guys heard me okay? When you continue to win and have success, then I think it all expands a little bit. But you still have to, I think, have a plan philosophically for where you want to go and what you want to do, and that's something.